Hi, greetings. It's me, Dr. Paul Gerhardt, and today I want to talk to you about how to build an ethical workplace climate. Now, if you want to have an ethical workplace climate, you need to make sure that you're building a culture where people feel like the only thing to do is to be ethical in all situations. And ethics, as we've been talking about, can be very different depending on the organization and the team even. So leaders need to model, first of all, expectations. And they can never compromise values of the organization. Things like honesty, hard work, integrity, doing what you say you're going to do, open communication, and not talking about people badly behind their backs are kind of some of the essentials that leaders need to be role modeling in order to make sure that they're creating an ethical culture and climate. So very often organizations have what are called codes of ethics, written policies that clearly spell out what is ethical and not ethical. And not only should they have a written book of ethics that say what's ethical and what's not ethical, spelling things out, but they need to have regular trainings to remind the people of the organization what is ethical and not. That way everybody's on the same page. People can start holding each other accountable. And leaders need to be able to create a safe place to be able to work. And so in order to do that, they're constantly building trust. They have open door policies. And when people are talking, they really need to feel listened to and heard, as well as clearly understood. They don't have to be agreed upon, but they do need to make sure that people feel like they're genuinely listened to and valued. And leaders set the tone, because if they're listening to people and valuing people, then probably they're role modeling what should be taking place for other people that are there. So that building of trust, that's the glue of all relationships, is done with one interaction at a time. If you really value people, you're going to show it in every single action that you take, that takes place in the organization. And people need to be trusted, and they're trusted when people are empowered to make good decisions. And when mistakes happen, leaders shouldn't beat up employees. Mistakes will always happen. And so leaders need to show that they can be understanding about things when mistakes are happening. But if it's discovered that something very intentional and very unethical takes place, it's also a leader's responsibility to have zero tolerance for unethical acts. When people are being harmed in the organization, or the employees are doing things that are clearly identified as being unethical, there's got to be examples that need to be made. Zero tolerance means that organizations can become safer, and where employees can be empowered to make the best decisions possible. Leaders must make sure that they're involving all the employees in the decision-making processes as much as possible. This builds trust. You hire the best people. They learn the culture and expectations of the company. They should also be empowered to help make decisions that move the organization forward. So rewarding good behavior when employees are doing what's expected can also help reinforce ethical, right behavior. So there's a lot to being an ethical leader and creating an ethical climate in the workplace. So it all starts by building a culture, by modeling what's expected, by having clear written expectations, by really listening to employees and empowering employees to make good decisions, and building trust and never violating trust. Modeling being honest, practicing integrity, and doing what you're saying you're supposed to be doing, and making sure that it's very clearly communicated what's expected within the organization. Anyway, thanks so much for your hard work. I appreciate you watching the video. Have a great day.